Hey everyone, how are we doing today? I hope everyone's having a great day. I am getting ready to make our dinner. We are having sloppy joes with a slight variation. And so you'll see it as I'm going. I have everything already prepped and ready to go, so this will be quicker. So first thing I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and toast my buns. Stove on there, start heating up my skillet, and I am using the non-stick stainless skillet. Absolutely love it. And then, oh, these are not all the way cut. Ha! Store kind of fooled me here. We are doing, there we go. We're doing brioche rolls, and just because we like the flavor of them better. They've got a nice smoother flavor, kind of a little bit like a potato roll, but not as heavy. So it's a nice change. There we go. Let me get them split. I should have done this before. Okay, but like I said, so I've got that warming up. I have my mixture of honey, butter, and Honey Sriracha Seasoning. So I am just going to brush that on here. Just going to do that on both sides. We're just going to toss them into the pan for a few just to get them toasted. Now I'm doing this first because I don't want to have more than one pot to clean. So you can do this after you make your sloppy joe mixture in a separate pan, which is perfectly fine. I'm just being lazy on cleanup, so just doing this. All right. So just long enough to let them, get brown. And one of the things I like with the stainless nonstick is you get that heat conduction of the traditional stainless steel pans, but you have a nonstick inlay inside of it that prevents it from, really sticking like you would expect. And there we go. We are starting to brown. And it makes cleanup and everything definitely a lot easier and stuff. Now, if you like stir fry, you don't want to miss out on the special that we have right now for the non-stick wok. And so if you're curious about that, let me know. Oops. And down. All right, one of us is only getting half a bun. Ah! All right, let's get these others basted up and in our pan. And then once we're done with these, we're going to go ahead and do our ground beef, or like over here, if you're shopping over here and you're looking for ground beef, you're actually looking for minced. They have some different names for things over here. And once you're here a while, you kind of learn them and you get used to them and know what you're looking for. But when you first come over, it's a little tricky. All right, so we are done with that. Get these nice and brown. There we go. This plate. I'm not putting them on top of each other. So that way they don't stick. All right. So now for our mince. Just gonna dump that in there, pull the paper off. And this is actually a 12% fat. So that means it is, 88% lean. So I'm going to let that cook just a little bit before I start doing anything to it. And I'm going to use the mix and chop. I think I have There we go. Alright, so I'm going to use the original mix and chop. Once I find it, there it is. And so, with your ground beef, you want to kind of let it start cooking before you start breaking it up. That will help it to get a nicer color, get that little bit of sear. You know, if you like those like little crunchy bits and stuff in your fried mince, then that will give it to you. Move it around a little. Now, I may only have one pan to clean, but I'm going to have more utensils. Go ahead and flip that. And you can, so outside is getting nice and brown. So everyone is familiar with the mix and chop, right? One of my favorite tools. There are so many things you can use it for. You can use it to break up your grind. You can use it to, you know, even do like mashed avocado or mashed fruits and stuff for a puree. Okay. Start breaking it up a little bit. So then once this is done, we're going to pull the ground from the pan. We're going to put it in a bowl. And then we are going to cook our onions and red bell pepper, which I've already chopped, and some garlic. And then I think we add the seasoning in there at the same time. Nope, not yet. We add the seasoning when we add the tomato sauce. All right. So I'm going to let that cook a little undisturbed. I will be right back. Forgive me. I'm going to open the door. It's warm in here, so rather than open the windows because they're on the other side of the sink and they're kind of hard to reach, I just go ahead and open the one door, and that lets the cool air in. It's not really that cold over here, you know, it's probably high 40s, 50s maybe, but I'm finding that actually comfortable lately, which is really strange. So, what do you like to serve with your sloppy joes? You know, I know traditionally French fries, right? You can make those in the air fryer, make them a lot healthier. You can actually do fresh French fries using the Rapid Prep mandolin. You can cut your own French fries and stuff, and then just cook them in the air fryer. And that, you know, if you've got potatoes that you need to use, that's a great way to use them, or you can make hash browns. All right, so this is all cooked. Turn the pan off. Put that in the sink. I'm going to use my spatula to move the meat into the bowl. Now I'm using a spatula because it's slotted, so that'll let some of the juices drain. And if you have the newer style mix and chop spatula, that actually has some holes on it that will allow drainage and stuff, which is really cool. And so you're not having to worry about getting all of the fat content and oils and everything into your meat and stuff whenever you're moving it from the pan to another dish. You know, because there's a lot of recipes that after you cook your ground and stuff, it says to, you know, remove it and or drain it and stuff. So this is an easy way. And because this was a leaner cut of ground, there's not a lot of fat content left in the pan. So I'm just going to get a paper towel and just dab it out. Get as much of the meat as I can. There we go. There, and that just pulls all the fat out of the pan, which we don't want in there. Okay, so now we are going to add. I'm going to turn the pan back on. We are going to add in the bell pepper, which is 1 red bell pepper and a medium onion, and the garlic. And I prep ahead, and if it all goes in the bowl at the same time, then I try to put it into the same prep bowl and stuff, because then I just dump it in all at the same time. And again, it reduces the amount of dishes. You know, when you're having to hand wash everything, you know, you're a little more aware of how much you're dirtying. And so I love cooking with the white spatulas or scrapers, especially the mix and chops, the regular one and the small one, which I have right now, because with that little nice crevice on it and stuff, it's a nice spoon to serve with too, especially if you're doing a very informal. All right, so we are going to cook these about 3 minutes. And so, excuse me, who has their Christmas tree up yet? Do you put one up? Some people don't. I know I have some family members that aren't this year, and because they're going to be traveling, so they're not going to be home to enjoy it. So it's like, you know, if you're like me and you really love Christmas, and decorating is a lot of work. So, all right, let me let those be a bit, so that way they can saute. And you don't always want to keep moving your stuff around in the fry pan, because that can actually prevent it from cooking evenly. And so as it's heating and everything, go ahead and let it, you know, get settled and stuff, start simmering, you know, wait a little bit, then stir it, let it settle again, start simmering, and then, you know, stir again. That's how you're going to get the most cook and everything on it. Okay, so we're going to cook those until softened, which should not take long. And then after that, we'll go ahead and add more of the honey sriracha rub. So if you like spicy and stuff, this seasoning is for you. It's not overly spicy, and it has a nice kick to it. And if you like using sriracha in your cooking and stuff, so it's a dry rub. I got this in my Taste Buds subscription. So what we did was we had emptied another container. We took the label off, and then we just put the label for the honey sriracha on this. But this is now available in our pantry, not just in the Taste Buds and stuff. So it's really good. Everything that we've made so far we have loved. And it would be fantastic for chicken wings. You know, if you're doing chicken wings in the air fryer and stuff, it would be absolutely phenomenal for that. And there was a chicken dish that we had made. It was recipes that came with it in the Taste Buds. This is actually a Taste Bud recipe. And this is from our September subscription. So what happens is you get 3 seasonings, and you get 3 recipes. And so in this one, we got the sweet and spicy sloppy joes, the creamy chicken pasta, and the Mexican street corn chowder. And each of them have their own individual cards with all the instructions, and it also has some, you know, change ups and everything. And on the back of the main card, you know, it gives you some other tips and things. You know, you do get free shipping with your Taste Bud subscription and stuff. You can do 1 month, you can do 3 months, you can do 6 months. And I enjoy it because it helps me with my meal planning, and it helps put variety into our menus. And so one of the things that they suggest for this is, instead of doing buns, maybe do lettuce, you know, and do, you know, or a tortilla. And then maybe try topping it with some thinly sliced cucumbers or red onions, or even maybe some crunchy potato chips. You know, the wavy lays, those would be really good, or the ruffles, those would be real good. And then leftovers. Make some nachos with your leftover meat. And that load up your tortilla chips, or even your French fries. You know, who likes going to In-N-Out or to Sonic and getting loaded fries? You know, pretty tasty, aren't they? All right, so we are going to add in our tomato sauce. Now keep in mind, you can always go and get the sandwich, but you know, this way you know exactly what is in there. Turn the heat down some. Add in the spice, the seasoning, which is a tablespoon of the Honey Sriracha. For those that don't know, our caps usually hold about a tablespoon. And when you're storing your spices, you do want to keep them where there's not going to be a lot of moisture. You know, for me over here in England, it's kind of hard because we're on an island. It's just kind of damp. So, oh, I forgot about the brown sugar and soy sauce. Hold on a minute, let me grab those. I thought I had all the ingredients together. Okay, again, tampered not perfect. Tablespoon, and where is, yikes, where's my brown sugar? Here is my brown sugar. And I need about 2 tablespoons. All right. So we almost had a fail there, but we did not. I glanced at the ingredients and stuff. Okay, now instead of tomato sauce, you can use ketchup, but that's going to give it a different flavor. A lot of ketchups already have sugar in it, so that's, you know, you may want to reduce the brown sugar if you actually use ketchup, or it's really going to be sweet. Let that simmer a little bit. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and add the meat back in. And I kind of do a fold in whenever I've got a sauce, just to try not to make a mess on the stove. And that, I mean, who's stirred and kind of gotten a little overzealous, and then you wind up having a mess on the stove or on the floor. You know, that is not always fun. All right, so I'm going to smooth this out so it can cook. And then once I hear it, I will know it is done. So super easy. And homemade sloppy joes. And you're not having to worry about a lot of preservatives or anything in it, because you're using tomato sauce, which over here is passata, and it comes in like the little milk carton things. And so again, shopping over here is very interesting. So let me take you over here, flip you around there. There you go. That is what it looks like. Look at that. You can see all the bell peppers and the onions, and there's garlic in it. Doesn't that just look delicious? So we are going to go and have our dinner. And if you would like this recipe, let me know. Let me show you the front of it again. I gotta get it out of the little container. So there you go. And it also gives you more ways that you can use the Honey Sriracha Seasoning. I mean, how you like that one? The spicy snack mix. That would be really good, especially with the holidays coming up and get-togethers and stuff. That would be really tasty. And so 6 servings. Prep time's 5 minutes. Cook time total is 25. And let's see. There's your nutritional. So it's 420 and on calories. And then you have your cholesterol and your fat and your sodium. And so there you go. If you have any questions about this, let me know. Hope you guys are having a great day. Bye now.